How are you doing? I'm good. てしるです。So today I'm gonna tell you how I learn English while living in Japan. てしるです。今日は私がどのように日本に住みながら英語が話せるようになったのかをお話ししたいと思います。So, there are 3 ways for how I learn English, and I found these 3 methods. So, if you are interested in how I learn English, and if you want to speak in English, please follow this channel. So, let's get started. Hello, how are you doing? I'm good. Today we're gonna stay in hotel. So let's see. Ta-da! Oh, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Hi. とっても高いです。しるしるへしる。So, let me introduce myself. I'm Heshiru. My name is Hesil, so you can call me Hesil. And in my 30s, I was able to speak in English. I became able to speak in English. When I was pregnant, I was hospitalized for 2 to 3 weeks at hospital because there is a possibility that my son would be born earlier. So I have to stay at the hospital. Nothing to do, just lay down on the bed. At the time, I was thinking about my life again. If there is something I can do from now, what I want to do, then I have a strong desire that I want to speak English. So that was my purpose at the time. And hopefully, I had lots of time because I just lay down on the bed. So I started to think about my dream. And I'd like to tell you about my family. My mother is Korean, so she always talked to me in Korean. But I was born and grew up in Japan, so my first language is Japanese. And that's in this reason why I have strong desire, strong interest in the foreign languages. When I take English class when I'm a junior high school student, I was really happy because English is that something, English would take me to the new world, a whole new world. Just simply, I want to speak English, and English sound is very cool. And also, I'd like to communicate with foreigners. So that is my strong reason why I'm interested in English. Back to the topic. When I was pregnant, I have strong desire to speak English. Then, of course, I want my son to enjoy English as well. Because it's a very big language. Lots of people speak in English. So if I could speak English more, then I can communicate with foreign people all over the world. That is so fun, fantastic for me. Then, after my son was born, I was nothing to do, just stay at home with my son, baby. Then I just try to the new thing. So, at the time, I was living in Kyoto. Then I went to the Shijo Ohashi, that is the most famous bridge in Kyoto, Shijo area. Then I talked to foreigners as a volunteer. It's a surprise, isn't it? Then at the time, many of tourists lost the way. So I explained how to go to the shrine and how to get to the station. And at the station, I told them how to buy a ticket or how to get a bus ticket or how to get on the bus like that. It took lots of courage for me and I was very nervous. And now, shooting this video, I'm very nervous now too. But try new thing, then it took courage all the time. There's, of course, made mistakes, and of course, I'm embarrassing because I show you my English. At the time, I was very poor English skills, so talk to foreigners took lots of courage for me. Yeah, that's right. You know. So, at the time, I know that making mistakes are part of learning, right? Everyone starts from the baby step. So, I allow myself to make mistakes and try get a first step. And I noticed that I was the hardest one on myself. I blamed myself the most, not other people. So at the time I was very sad, but I became happy because I was really kind to myself. I became to be kind to myself. So my theory right now is making mistakes are part of learning. So everyone takes a baby step at the first time because we are beginners. So no hesitate to make mistakes. That step take forward, right? And also the foreign people, tourists, were very kind to me. They appreciated to me because I taught them how to get the shrine as a volunteer. And no one blamed me. No one blamed my poor English skills. So I was really happy and I thanked to myself to take a step forward. So there is no need to speak in perfect English because this is not an exam, right? Then at the time I was really into passionate to research about English conversation. Then I found that I spoke only 2,000 English words. Of those, 700 English words. Of those, 19 English words. That's very useful one. Then I carefully selected of 5 verbs are the most useful one. Right? It's easy. So there is 3 ways the most useful, and you can do it right now, how you improve your English skill. Would you like to know? Okay, then I'll share about it. Number 1, speak louder. Because English has 1,808 pronunciation. But in Japanese, it's only 108. So that's why if you speak in Japanese, you cannot express the sounds details like in English has. So that's why you need to speak more louder, 3 times louder in the voice. Then foreigner can listen what you say. So number 1 reason why you cannot communicate with foreign people is your voice is very small. So let's take deep breath and say it louder. You can do that right now, right? Okay. Second, try what you see in English. Anything okay. Try to say something in English. For example, there is coffee in front of you. Then you can say, I see a coffee. Or, this is a coffee. This is a cup of coffee. Like this. For example, there is a table in front of me right now. Or, this is a table. Let's make it simple. This is a table. This is a pen. This is a calculator. This is a flower. This is a notebook. Like this. So you can say anything that you see right now. Okay? You will notice that there are times when it works and times when it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, there is something I want you to think about again. Instead of thinking that you cannot say this much or that you can't speak English this much, I want you to think about what would happen if you said in the Swahili. You will notice that two things when you do this. First, in Swahili, no words come to mind. When no words come to mind, you have no idea. But you know one or two English words that you can say. That means you already know and remember some of English words. Second, you already know English words, but you cannot make it in sentences. It has an advantage over learning other languages. Even you cannot make it into sentences. For example, many people who cannot speak in English, but you can say, 私は英語が話せません in English. That is, I can't speak in English. It's weird because you already speak in English, right? I can't speak in English. This is English sentence though. So what should you do? This is the third method. Third, write down what you want to say on paper. In the second method, you practice of saying what you see in English. Next, think about what you want to say and write it down on paper. Many people don't know what they want to say. This is why they cannot speak English. But what I want you to think about is that if you don't know what you want to say, you cannot say it even in Japanese. It means you cannot speak. This is not about whether you can speak English or not. You don't know what you are thinking, what you are feeling, what you want to say. You don't know what you're thinking now, what you're feeling now, what you want to say now. So, please, let's think about it. What do you want to speak in English? At first, you can think about it in Japanese, of course. Then, make it into English. If you can't think of anything, then let's make a topic. For example, you can talk about a book. Now you're reading. For example, you can make a topic for a book. Which your favorite one? Then, try to write it down. What about this book? Who is a character? Who is the main character? Where it is? And when did you buy it? When did you know that? Like this. Let's write it down on the paper. Then you will know what you want to say in Japanese. And then you can make it in English too. Does it make sense for you? Alright, then from now I will switch it into Japanese.
しるしるへしる。
はい、ここまで動画を見てくださってありがとうございます。この動画では私がどのようにして英語が話せるようになったか、その方法を3つご紹介させていただきました。私は昔から英語というものが好きではあったんですが、喋るということができませんでした。しかもその後外国語大学にも行きました。そこで英語を集中的に学びました。ですが大人になってからも英語を話すということが全然できなかったんです。私は自分が外国語大学を卒業までしたにもかかわらず英語が話せないということをすごくコンプレックスに思っていました。冒頭のお話でもお話しましたが、ちょうど息子を妊娠した際に自分にとって考える時間っていうのができたので、その時に初めてもう一度英語にトライしたい、英会話を話せるようになりたいという夢ができました。で、結構思い切ったチャレンジだったんですけど、道にいる外国人の方々にボランティアで道を教える、 電車のチケットを買うとかバスのチケットを買うとか、そういったことをし始めて、そのうちにだんだんと英語ってこういう風に話せばいいんだとか、あとは会話についてすごく研究重ねまして、英語に使われている種の単語数ですね、これが2000個程度あるっていうところまで分かりました。でそれを700語に絞って、さらに19個に絞って、さらに5つに絞ったっていう形です。なので大人になってから英語を学ぶのは難しいってもし思っていたり、子供がいるので英語を勉強する時間がないって思っていたり、長年ラジオ英会話とか、そのテレビでの英会話講座などを聞いているけれども英語が話せるようにならないっていう方は、ぜひこの動画で紹介した3つの方法を試してもらいたいと思います。はい、今日ご紹介したのは私がやってきた中でもとても効果があった方法3つですけども、それぞれ細かいやり方とか、この時はこうした方がいいっていうケースによって、場合によってのやり方っていう応用編もあるので、それも少しずつ動画でお話ししていきたいなと思っています。私は大人になってから英語が話せるようになったので、留学もしてないし、ワーキングホリデーとかも行ってないし、ホームステイの受け入れなどもしたことがありません。だけれども英語が話せるようになりたいっていう強い意志とか目標があって、それは英語を話せたらもっと楽しい世界があるんじゃないかとか、自分のことをもっと信じたい、自分がもっとできるって思いたい、そういった自分に対する、自分の中の可能性に対する挑戦っていうのがとても強い動機になりました。なのでもし長年英語を勉強してるのに話せるようにならないとか、自分にはもう無理なんじゃないかとか思っている方がいれば、そういう方たちの力になれるようにやり方なども多くシェアしていきたいと思っています。本当に大事にしてるのが Making mistakes are part of learning。 間違うことは成長の一部である、学習の一部であるっていう考え方です。何事もやってみないとわからないし、やっていくプロセスの中で夢中になっているそのこと自体がとても価値があることだと思うんですね。なんでその成果までもちろん出したいという気持ちあると思うんですよ。だけれども成果が出せてない、つまり英語が話せるようになっていないっていうことは、今やっているやり方をどこかマイナーチェンジしたり、やり方を見直すっていう必要があると思うんですね。なので私がやってきた方法っていうのが、実際私が全然英語話せなかった頃から今に至るまでやってきたことの積み重ねなので、これが英会話話せるようになるためのプロセスの一部になるんじゃないかなと思っています。はい、では今日は動画はこちらまでになります。ここまで見てくださってありがとうございました。もしよければチャンネル登録、もしくは LINE 公式とか Instagram のフォローもお願いします。ブログの方にはその他マインドセットやモチベーションのキープの仕方などを書いているので、ぜひそちらも参考にしていただければと思います。
しるしるへしる。
So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope this video will help your English journey. Okay, so see you next time. Bye. バキュン。
動画の感想、お便りお待ちしてます。